Hello everybody, welcome to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo. Say hello, Gnarlo. Good boy. Notice he's still wearing his pumpkin head from the last time that we were online. We're going to go over here. We're still parked out down in the Dwarven Tavern over at Thorin's Hall. We're going to pick out a geode, and we've got another pristine one. Well, I think we had faultless last time, didn't we? I think that is right. So this time we get a pristine, which will give you 2 tokens. Alright, so we're still 5 tokens short of getting the bucket mask. Notice he also says store. Let's see what else he has. Browse the shop. I guess he just does repair work then. Okay. Well, that's something we're not needing at the moment. I showed you the Trickster and how it works over at the Hobbit area, so we're not going to do that again here. Let me go over here. We got the Ale Association, and let's talk to the founder. I will hold off on that for right now. There's a couple of quests that start out and get you going on your path down the Ale Association. We may come back and work on those here in just a little while. Right before I started, the dance leader here was just finishing up on his dwarf dance. So it's going to be a good 20 minutes before that starts up again. But I tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to go back upstairs to Thorin's Hall. And we're going to head out and we're going to ride the horsey over to Celandem. And then we're going to travel to Dualant and take a look at what's going on over in the Elf Festival. Excuse me a second. Alright. Weather change has got my voice a little hoarse this morning. Alright. Past the subtle and understated statue of Thorin and out the front gates. And if you've never been here, I'm sure y'all have, but if you've never been here, the auction hall is right through there and the vaults are right over there with the banker. Right, back out into the snow and the ice. Okay, oh, it's nighttime. Alright. Brilliant stars shining down over the snowy mountains of the Ered Luin. So we're going to go back downstairs through Finrin's court and over to the stable master. Now this court here, is it Frenny's court? Finrin? We'll know here in just a second when the name pops up. I can't remember exactly what it is. It's got another dwarf statue in it. It's not Thorin this time. Frerin. There we go. Frerin's court. And Frerin here, see him on the statue. He is the brother of Thorin Oakenshield. That was Thorin's brother. So he dedicated an entire court here and put a statue up to him. Frerin was Thorin Oakenshield's younger brother. He had both a brother, Frerin, and a sister named Dis, who has the distinction of being a very beautiful dwarf lady. Apparently she had one of the most full and luxurious beards you can imagine. And in addition, she's also the only dwarf woman who's named by J.R.R. Tolkien. Anyway, Frerin was only 19 years old when Smaug landed on the Lonely Mountain and drove them out. His grandfather, Thror, who was the last king of the mountain, went to Moria and tried to take it over and was killed by the goblin Azog, thus starting the War of the Dwarves and the Orcs, which ended in the Battle of Azanulzabar before the gates of Moria, where Azog was thrown down and killed. but Frerin also died in that war and was only 48 years old, just a very young dwarf. That was 142 years before the events that happened in The Hobbit took place. Alright, let's come over here. We'll take the Stable Master. And we are going to ride to Celendem. Quick travel. That will take us... Let me pull up the map. There you go. So we have Thorin's Hall here. Zoom out to the Ard Luin. Thorin's Gate is up here. We are going to take it to Celendem, which is at the opposite side of the Ard Luin. And this is where the Elven starter area is, once you get past the tutorial. And then once there, we're going to run up the road until we get to Dualand, which is where all the festival stuff takes place. So let's take our swift travel. And I will see you when we get to the mamby-pamby tree-hugging Elfland. Right. As you see here in Elfland, it's all pretty pastel-colored trees and green fields, and yeah, they just can't tolerate real weather like a good old-fashioned dwarf can. Alright, let's grab this stable. There we go. And we are going to run back up the hill and head over to Dualand. As I said, once the elves finish up the tutorial, the elves and the dwarves share a tutorial beginning instance, kind of like the men and the elves do, the men and the hobbits do in Archit. The dwarves and the elves, they have their beginning section right over there at the courtyard in front of Thorin's Hall. And then once you get through the tutorial, the elves come over here and end up in Celendem. And the dwarves, of course, go on into Thorin's Hall after they take it out of the hands of the Dour Hands. You remember us talking about the Dour Hands whenever we were killing some of them in Rushik Bog. The Dour Hands are the evil dwarves who had taken over Thorin's Hall and weren't letting any of the Longbeards or any of the beginning people into it. So we had to take it back from Skorgrim, the evil undead dwarf, and turn it back over to its rightful owners. You see, Elfland is a very pretty place. It's like it's constantly the Cherry Blossom Festival or something going on. I'll have to run you through basically the zone line in between here and the northern Ard Luin sometime. The color palette actually changes. You can sit there and everything, if you're going the other direction, everything kind of gets muted and dull. And if you're coming this way, you watch the color palette actually brighten as it seems like they turn up the gamma a couple of notches as well. Alright, let's see where we're going. We got a thing up here. Not sure what that ring is for. Ah, okay. So is this open again too? I'm not sure if the shrew stomping is running or not. It is. Alright, this is part of the game. This was put in about 3 years ago. Are the people actually here? No. Alrighty. So the quest givers aren't actually here. I believe it's during the Spring Fest. You're helping the elves prepare their territory here, prepare their gardens, and it's overrun by shrews. So you've got quest givers here that give you bonuses and prizes, a lot like, give you basically spring tokens, just like the fall tokens you saw over in the Shire. For stomping shrews, you put on big shrew stomping boots, and you get points for taking them out. So here's where the elves have their section. Same kind of stuff. Harvest provisioner. Got the fall festival vendor over there. You've got the dance leader who's got a ring over her head. So why don't we go ahead and get the dance going? She's about to start it. Welcome to the festival, friend. I see that you would like to participate in the dancing and rejoicing that occurs when the festival comes to the valley. I too would love to dance in joyous merriment. Every 20 minutes I will lead a dance in celebration of the festival. I would love for you to come join me when the time has come. So we will be able to get the dances going. And to do that, you wait until she tells you what dance she wants you to do, 1 through 2 or 3. And then that's the one that you type in and get running. So we'll see here in just a second. Whenever she comes walking up and stands on the podium. Alright, here she comes. She's going to get up on the podium. You want to have her targeted. Go ahead and type dance in down here, /dance, and then type in the number of the one that she wants. And she's going to tell you what she wants. Dance 1. And then type in dance. I know some people put them on hotkeys, but it's really that difficult to type in. Dance 2, dance 3, you have to stay in the little auditorium area here. Dance 2. Dance 2 again. And then dance 3. Here we go, 3 again. Dance 1. 3 again. There you go. We have finished the dance. Now you have to go talk to her. Don't leave the dance area. Just stay here. Talk to her. I am pleased to teach you the dance of the elves. As an important rite of passage you have earned, young one. You should be very proud. So we get to choose either Dance Elf 1 or Dance Elf 2. We'll go ahead and choose that. There we go. And we can come back in 18 hours. It's a once a day thing. Come back in 18 hours and you can learn the second elf dance. So I'll show you what we did. Here's playing dance. Pretty normal. We were doing dance 1. That's the step. Dance 2. Pretty jazzy. Dance 3. Alright. Got some heel slapping. And here we go with dance elf. They actually have you moving around a little bit. For a while there, they had nerfed the dance because you could actually basically dance your way through walls. people had discovered that you could get up against a wall and do the dance there, and it for a while you kind of danced off to the side for a good ways and came back, and they discovered that they could basically clip themselves through a wall and avoid areas. So it looks like maybe they have readjusted the dances again. Now this is the elfin version. You've got the apple bobbing at the Shire. You've got the geodes at Thorns Hall. Here you choose a scroll out of the chest. And we've got a well-written scroll. So let's see what he's going to give us for it. Well-written scrolls get you 2. The other choices are an unimpressive scroll and an elegant scroll. So let's barter that. And we now have 9 tokens. So we are getting there. Alright. Now while we are here, let's run up the hill. Let's grab the stables. Already grabbed him? Maybe I have. Did not realize that. Okay. So I am going to run back down to Celandem, and then I'm going to take, when I get there, I'm going to take the horse, the swift ride over to Bree. And we will see you when we arrive at Bree. Oh, and of course this area has a trickster just like the others do. So be sure and pick up the tricksters while you're in each area as well. Alright, we've taken this swift travel and we are arriving here at Bree Town. Recognize this, we've been here on numerous occasions. Now, where we want to go is we want to leave Bree and travel to the north. You've seen me back before the festival was going on. I ran a quick trip over here through the festival grounds when I was coming back from the horse farm. That's Hingstacer Farm. So we are going to travel up the Greenway and cut across and hit the festival grounds. So, let me turn on my lights. There we go. When we get to the festival ground, or close enough, I will be rejoining you. Okay, we are traveling on up the Greenway. We are passing Thornley's worksite here. Over on the left, it's where they're building the new inn and shops and stuff like that. Thornley's farm. Right up here to your right, this is the quickest way to get there. We want to kind of veer to the right a little bit. Watch out for the wolves and the bears if you're not of a level that they're going to see, like that red one there. But you'll see there's a cabin. There's a cabin right up here that a ranger stays at. And this is Serdan's cabin. And apparently Serdan actually has a stable. Huh. Apparently he's actually a stable location now. I was not aware of that. He didn't used to be. He was just a quest giver. So, come up to Serdan's cabin, swing around the back, and that takes you up a fairly safe little bit. That first little part in between the Greenway and his cabin is the only real dangerous part. Right over here you'll remember the chicken ball field. And you follow it on up here, and you reach the Bree Fairgrounds. Breeland Festival Grounds. And that is where the men have the humans have their part of the Harvest Festival going on. We're going to go hit the pumpkin person here first. And you come over here and you pick one out of the pumpkin patch and you try to get a big one. Alright, we got a small pumpkin. So let's go talk to the games master, trade it in. And that's going to give us 1. So we are now up to 10. We are 2 short for the next festival mask. Same things are available here. Harvest Provisioner, Trickster. Trickster's right over here. At the Fall Festival Trader. And the Dance Leader stands right over here. So be sure and get those as well whenever they're offered. And that's it. I'm going to run a few of the things here, and I will be back in just a little while.